for Fly at this point, and so many Mortar teams as well for YuMiKo. Then those Mortar teams are 2-0 upgraded, so those Dryads will fall so quickly. So a pretty nice fight there for Mouz, I think.
Oh god, he's about to lose the keeper of the grove. Oh no, he's gonna back away. And MYM team is going to back away to the retreat to the fountain to get some HP back. And looks like the Mouz team is going to push while Grubby is going to have a peon at the 7 o'clock just to make sure the other team doesn't expand there. And Moon is going to get an expansion at the 1 o'clock. Do you see that?
Yeah, it's really nicely played there by Moon. Even though he's losing the fight, he's setting up an expansion so that he gets a chance in the next fight just to be able to possibly come back. And Moon actually using Healing Salve now on his Mountain Giants. That's really going to have a very small effect. I think he's going to need to try and find a way to get to that fountain just to heal up those Mountain Giants. This is the problem with them, is if you don't have map control, there's no way of healing them up effectively because they have so many hit points.
Yeah, true. That's one thing sucks about Mountain Giants is when they get really low, they don't have ways to heal them without bears or even what I'm thinking about the level 6 ability for the
Tranquility.
Yeah, that's right.
If you look, Grubby's actually stealing YuMiKo's natural expansion now. That's a really sneaky play because Moon's now attacking YuMiKo's base. Obviously, he's picked up trees for his Mountain Giants, so they do siege damage as well. And so I think what they're hoping here is that YuMiKo's just going to give up on his base, and they're never going to bother scouting around in that area. But meanwhile, Grubby taking quite a bad fight here at this point because it looks like Fly will be able to do a whole lot of damage once he gets into this battle. And yeah, you can see Grubby TPing out, but not before having Moon's done a lot of damage, actually taken out YuMiKo's main. Just a couple of towers left there for him. And it looks like Grubby might manage to actually get this really cheeky expansion up. And Moon actually is expanded now at the 2 o'clock position as well. It looks like Fly is going to take that out as well. So really nicely played here by Team MYM, just in terms of getting massive.
Do you see the 2 o'clock and Fly is going to distant mine and Moon's a tree right there?
Yeah, I think as soon as he notices it, he'll probably react, but he probably has just been so focused on this attack on Moon's main base, and this attack will be so critical because Moon has now lost his tree, and so he has no tier 3. He has to be he's just got to be pumping Dryads and stuff from now on. That's really not going to be what he wants. I mean, he could be producing Mountain Giants, I guess, but certainly he'd rather be producing bears at this point, I think.
Oh god, I think you need a tier 3, Tree of Eternity to get bears, don't you?
Well, as long as he has the upgrades, I mean, you can produce bears before you ever hit tier 3 in Druid form.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen a bear out of Moon yet. That's why I was questioning if Moon ever got an upgrade. But I remember the Grubby the fight that Grubby lost in earlier when he TP'd to the when he TP out at the outside the 12 o'clock when he trapped all the Mortar teams. He slowed down the damage output from the Mortar teams by killing the Mortar teams against Moon's base.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so that gained a little advantage at least for the MYM team, and both. It looks like the Mouz team is gonna lose all of his main except the 4 o'clock.
Yeah, that expansion is pretty well defended. More towers going up there from YuMiKo, so clearly they're worried about losing it, but so many farms on the front. It's going to be so hard for Grubby, even with all these raiders, to break through. And you can see Grubby just clearing up these last few burrows, which don't have any peons in them, obviously, so it's pretty easy to do.
I think if the Mouz team loses at 4 o'clock, they're going to be revealed.
Yes, I suppose they will be, but I think that's not their big worry at this point. I think they're going to pick a fight long before that happens. Obviously, YuMiKo being forced to TP out again here, but to only a couple Mountain Giants, so I think YuMiKo might have actually stayed in that if he knew exactly what he was up against, but I'm not exactly sure why he TP'd out of that one.
I think he's trying to. I don't think he wants to lose too many units when he defends his 4 o'clock. Well, I think he wants as many units as he can to defend the 4 o'clock. And Grubby is going to TP out of this 3 o'clock when he's going to link everything. And yeah.
Yeah, Grubby caught in a really ugly pincer movement there, and so he just needs to get out of there. Obviously, a very good decision. And
Look at a 1 o'clock. A couple peons are going to work on a tree of life.
yeah, until that tree of life goes up, in which case those peons will go down very quickly. The naturals have now run out, obviously, apart from YuMiKo's, where Moon's actually expanding at YuMiKo's main base, or former main base, despite the fact there's only 800 gold there. A really weird decision there by Moon.
And Grubby's mining out of that main, so he's gonna steal some gold out of it. So,
Yeah.
but by the time the tree goes off and the entangle goes off and the wisp populates it, it's about 500 gold left.
Yeah.
But still a net gain about 120 gold right then.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy Jesus! Oh God,
Costly decision.
Yeah, it's it's a really small game, but it's a game nevertheless. It looks like the Mouz team is about to rape one of the expansions with a bunch of peons and peasants. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, yeah. They just need to bring everything at this point and hope that they can last a bit longer. It looks like Grubby's going to try and hit the last base for Team Mouz, but I think between these towers and these mortar teams, that they're probably not going to have a whole lot of success. They'll probably want to get back and defend Grubby's main. Grubby, incidentally, has gone for a second bestiary as well, and spiked barricade, which is actually quite nice in this situation, because there's obviously all those peons and peasants. It's going to mean that they can't just attack everywhere. They have to be careful with what they attack.
Yeah, and this is going to be another epic base trade here, and Mountain Giant's going to be a lot better. And Mountain Giants and Raiders both have siege damage with the War Club and Raider and native siege, and level 2 on the Raider. So we're going to see a lot faster base trading from the MYM team than the Mouz team, because the Mouz team doesn't have crap to taking down fortified armor.
Yeah. I mean, they do have these mortar teams, which are still 2-0 upgraded, which is nice. But there's a whole lot of positioning involved in that in terms of the actual battle. They're going to have to be very careful with those few mortar teams he has left, just to make sure that they're all sort of maybe up against a wall or protected by something. Because if the Blade Master gets in there, he can just take them down so quickly.
Yeah, and the 1 o'clock moon isn't being populated. Did you see that?
Yeah. It's a
and Grubby's painted.
Yeah.
Grubby's like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
I think he's pointing out where Moon has wisps, maybe to say use these wisps or something.
Yeah, exactly. He's paying the wisp of Moon and paying the 1 o'clock. So
yeah.
And Moon got his message. He's gonna make some. Oh no, Moon didn't. Moon's gonna have one wisp to go into the 1 o'clock, and Grubby is gonna pin the 7 o'clock to let Moon know that he's gonna attack. And I think Moon's gonna go with Grubby where Grubby is. I think Moon's gonna TP when Grubby TPs.
I don't know. It seems like a really bad TP. If they TP in, they could be in a terrible position. If YuMiKo's in this fight as well. Obviously, if YuMiKo doesn't come back, then it's gonna be bad. But it looks like YuMiKo will be back in this battle, and I think at that point, it's not going to be a great fight for MYM. I think there's no point in them attacking now when they have such an economy advantage. They can just continue trying to play this really slow game, trying to get a lot more money, and then they can push when it's a lot safer too. I don't think it'd be too wise for them to actually attack at this point.
Do you see the 6 o'clock tree of life? It gets walked up and start eating trees.
Yeah, that's a really nice decision there by Moon, just to try and hide that tree of life. Obviously, he wants to be able to mine from this eventually, but I think he just wants to make sure that Mouse aren't around before he does this.
And I think one of the decisions that you don't TP against a human is because if you do TP, human can just select all the motor team and just press G, ground target. And then where he TPs, he's a left click. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Ground target where you TP, and the entire unit, your entire army is going to melt against motor team by doing that.
Yeah. Look at YuMiKo now. He's putting up some towers at this 7 o'clock position now. Looks like he is. Grubby is going to scout this out, but they are probably going to take this as an expansion now, because they don't really have too much left in terms of bases, whereas MYM really getting very nice control of the entire map at this point of the game.
Yeah, I know, right? They should have nerfed Moon when they had a chance.
Yeah. Oh, look at where Grubby TP'd to. I think he's trapped. Yeah, Grubby was trapped in that bit, so Moon had to uproot his tree. Really bad TP there from Grubby. I think just